Howdy, this is Bubba. I'm back with another video, another Dollywood video. Been wanting to make this video for a while. In case you do not know, I'm Dollywood Outsider on Instagram. Going to be a different type of video, and that video is about how bad the Food and Flower Festival is when you compare it to the other three festivals, and how greatly it needs to improve. Because, so the disclaimer I'm gonna start with: don't really like making these negative type of videos, but I see a lot of people when make Dollywood videos, and even the pitching forward videos. They seem like the people are kind of afraid to say such bad stuff and negative things, and I don't want to bash things for no reason like the Facebook crowd usually does. I do want to try to have a good fair point of view, so that's what this is about. I'm going to start out with talking about the strengths of the other festivals. And when you look, I think most the summer festival last year, we're going to skip the spring to start with. The summer festival they blew it out of the water last year. They had the bubble show there. They had the foam pit for kids, which was a blast. They had different outside kind of pop-up shows. They had 3 or 4 different shows in the Heart Song Theater, and a lot of different things like that. Then they had the fireworks and the drone show at night. So a lot of things to get excited about with the summer festival. And then the fall festival, they have the pumpkin illuminats at night. They have amazing, great, the best special singers they'll have all year. And then, they've got the pumpkin decorations out, and they do the nighttime thing. So a lot of things to get that excited about that. The Christmas, everybody knows about the Christmas. You got 6 million Christmas lights, and every show was different. So, but then, when you look at the Food and Flower Festival, was pretty much not much of anything. They have the flower things on display. No real entertainment that are new. So when you compare it just off the checklist stuff, it kind of falls behind pretty quickly. But we'll go more in depth with those here in just a minute. It's called the food, and the food is in the name, but there's nothing special about the food compared to the other festivals. We thought last year this time that the tasting pass was unique, but they've ended up keeping that around. So, when you call yourself got food in the name, and there's nothing particularly special about the food. I would actually think the food is worse than other festivals. But that might be subjective. But yeah, when you got food in your name, you need to do something different about the food. And I think the food's a little more fancier compared to the other festivals as well. It's the only festival of the 4 where there's no reason to stay till close. When Summer Festival has the drone show and fireworks, nighttime the pumpkins light up, of course the Christmas lights. But when you're the Spring Festival, there's nothing at night. So that's another pretty big negative I see about that. There's really no special entertainers there. The House Sisters were there, and they were good. That was the highlight of the, they performed in front of the church there. So, but far as other than them, there was really no other entertainments to speak of. So pretty much just your normal shows. They kind of have the doo-wop show going on in the Pines Theater. And then they do have Bloom, which is the kind of acrobatic show, and I was not a fan of that show. I just don't think it fits Dollywood. The whole theme in the Dollywood, I just don't think it fits. And it kind of can look neat on advertisements, but to me, after about a minute of watching people sway back and forth, it didn't do much for me. And I've not heard a whole lot of buzz about that from talking to people. And the flowers are up, but it's I feel like when you look at the flowers, you look at them for a few seconds, you snap a picture, and you kind of move on. There's not like I don't feel like the flowers can grab your attention for longer periods of time. So the umbrella sky is there, but I think they pretty much have something of the skies there at all times, I believe. The Even like the compared to the always love you celebration, not a festival. They had big name singers on Saturday, which is of course the busiest day, and then they had some songwriters things going on every day, and they had a decorative piece in the middle there to take your picture. But I think even that was, I would argue that was better than the Food Flower Festival. And there's nothing new about the festival this year. Which I thought they would do something to improve it, but there was nothing new at all about it. Even on the foods, almost all the foods were identical except for a handful of things. So, it's exciting to try new foods. And this, when you see something new, it's, that can bring you excitement. And I did not see anything really new at all about the festival. And some people it might not matter. Like my brother with a little one, doesn't really care about that because a little one's only there to ride the ride. They don't care about all the festival type stuff. So if you're into this stuff with rides, you don't really care what festival. Maybe it doesn't matter to you. But I know there's a lot of people that do. But I just think when you compare all the strengths of the summer, the fall, the Christmas, and when you compare it to this Food and Flower Festival, it just greatly falls behind. Like there's a massive, I think most people would probably put in some order Christmas and fall 1 and 2, even though summer's making grounds up. But I don't really see. I guess it's kind of subjective, but to me, I don't see how anyone could say that the Food and Flower is their favorite festival because there's just not enough there. It pales compared to the others. I would like to see them do something different. I don't know what that is. Maybe try a different type of festival altogether, or maybe do something with Dolly for a festival and that kind of stuff. But maybe break it up into several different celebrations instead of one big festival. Bring back the Festival of Nations or the Barbecue and Bluegrass, and do several smaller ones instead of one big one. But let me know what you think. Tell me if you think I'm crazy, but I just wanted to make some honest content here and say how I think they really have dropped the ball on this festival, and it really needs to improve because it is greatly behind the others for the reasons that I mentioned: nighttime entertainment, nothing special about the food, and so forth. Well, let me know what you think. Tell me if you think I'm crazy.